Hey there, Maha.
Bismillah,
What's up?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Business Wali.
This will be. Hey there, Maha. What?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Maha Business Wali. I am foundation level student at Rehan School on the Academy campus.
Got it.
Today my topic of Earth the today my topic of Earth, the history of our home in our world. So give me the answer, please.
What kind of angle on Earth's history are you curious about? Like, are you thinking about when life first appeared,
Topic
how
of
the continents
Earth.
moved around, or
Topic
something
of
else entirely?
Earth, the history of our home in our world. So give me the answer.
So, when you say. Okay, so Earth's history is wild when you break it down. We're talking about 4.54 billion years. It basically starts as a hot, molten rock, then slowly cools down. Over time, elements form, oceans appear around 4 billion years ago, and then around 3.5 billion years ago, we get single celled life like bacteria. That's basically the foundation for everything that follows. Over billions more
Okay,
years,
my
that simple life evolves
first
into more
question is
complex stuff. Plant. Right, so Earth's history. It
my
starts
first question
454
is
billion years ago.
my first question is
I'm all ears.
my
Go ahead.
my first
I'm
question is
sorry, didn't quite. Hmm. I'm not tracking what the question is here. Are you asking about the first 3 years of the Earth's history?
my first question is when you hear the word earth, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Good question. The first thing that pops into my head when I hear Earth is this image of that famous blue marble photo, the one from space. It's just that sense of this fragile, beautiful planet hanging there. That makes sense?
Okay, my next question is why do you think Earth is often called our home instead of just a planet?
It's because home carries all that emotional weight that planet just doesn't. Like, a planet is scientific, objective, but home is of memories. It's a place that nurtures
Okay,
you.
my next question
So,
is if Earth could spark, what story do you think it would tell us?
oh, that's poetic. I bet Earth would tell a story of patience, of watching mountains rise and fall, seeing entire species come and go. I think it would talk about cycles, birth, death, renewal, maybe a bit of sadness about how humans sometimes rush things that should be slow and natural. What about you? What story do you think it would tell?
Okay, my next question is how was Earth formed billions of year
Good
ago?
question. How was Earth? Okay, go ahead.
How was Earth formed billions of years ago?
Okay, so The story of Earth's formation goes back about four, probably 4 billion years. It started as a swirling cloud of dust and gas around our young sun. Gravity pulled these particles together, slowly building up into bigger and bigger clumps. Eventually, these clumps grew into a rocky planet, but it was super hot and molten at first. Over millions of years, it cooled down enough for a solid crust to form. Volcanoes were erupting everywhere, releasing gases that created the first atmosphere and eventually the oceans. It was a pretty violent and chaotic Earth, honestly.
Okay, my next question is what major event shaped Earth into the planet we live on today?
Few major things. The big one was probably the late heavy bombardment around 4.1 to 3.8 billion years ago. Earth got smacked by a ton of asteroids and comets. It was total chaos, but also delivered water and maybe even some building blocks for life. Then you've got plate tectonics, the movement of those giant puzzle pieces that make up Earth's crust. That's given us continents, mountains, and volcanoes. And finally, the rise of life itself. Early life actually changed the atmosphere and made the planet habitable for more complex organisms.
Okay, my next question is how um how did life first begin on Earth?
That's one of the biggest mysteries still. The leading idea is that life started in the oceans, maybe near hydrothermal vents. These are like underwater hot springs that release chemicals from the Earth's interior. These vents would have had all the energy and ingredients needed for simple molecules to start forming. Over millions of years, these molecules got more complex, eventually leading to the first single celled organisms. It's still a big puzzle, but that's the best picture we've got right now.
Okay, my next question is how has Earth changed formed from the time of dinosaur to today?
Massive changes. When dinosaurs were around 66 million years ago, the world was much warmer and forests covered huge swaths of land. Then the asteroid hit, wiped out the dinosaurs, and ushered in a much cooler period. The continents we know today were taking shape, slowly moving into their current positions through plate tectonics. Ice ages came and went, massively changing sea levels and landscapes. And of course, over the last few thousand years, humans started to significantly impact the Earth's climate and ecosystems. So it's been a wild ride from prehistoric forests to the world we live in now.
Okay, my next question is what are some important years in Earth's history that people should know about?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'd say the big ones are around 4.54 billion years ago. That's Earth's birth. 3.8 billion years ago, when life first appears. About 540 million years ago, the Cambrian explosion, when most major animal groups suddenly show up in the fossil record. 66 million years ago, the dinosaur extinction. Then more recently, the last ice age, which ended around 11,700 years ago. And then everything humans have been doing since then, those feel like the turning points to me.
Okay, my next question is how do natural disaster like volcanoes and earth shape um, shape earth?
Okay, how do natural disasters like volcanoes and what were you going to say there?
Earth cures cues Earth cues shape Earth.
I think you're asking about how natural disasters like earthquakes and volcanoes shape Earth.
How do natural di- disaster like volcano and shape Earth?
Um, Volcanoes and earthquakes actually shape Earth in pretty dramatic ways. Volcanoes create new land masses as lava cools and solidifies, and they also release gases that impact the climate. Earthquakes reshape landscapes through fault lines and can even create mountains over time. These disasters aren't just destructive events, they're part of the natural processes that keep Earth evolving and changing. It's kind of amazing when you think about it.
Okay, Maya.
Yes, Maha. I'm here. What's your
Okay,
next question?
okay.
I'm ready when you are, Raj.
Okay, Maya, thank you very much for joining me and for giving me all the details answer of my questions. Thank you very much. So, viewers, this was my talk with Call Annie. This was my talk with CS and my. I hope you like our this conversation. So, see you with another exciting talk with Maya. Until then, take care of yourself. Pakistan Zindabad. Allah Hafiz. Bye bye, Maya.
You're so welcome, Maha. That was a really thoughtful set of questions.